River levels in Salford may have returned to normal, but for hundreds of residents hit by devastating Boxing Day floods, life is anything but. Donations of clothes, food and cleaning kits are still pouring into the Beacon Centre in Salford, collected from all over the city. But the costs of the floods to many families could take years to pay off.
It was going dark and there was just water everywhere. All the footpaths were flooded, the garden was flooded, and it looked worse heading over towards the river, over the Heath Avenue itself, where it was already over my ankles then by the time I got to my front door. I've never seen anything like that before now. Carpets, cut suite, units, cooker washer, everything's just had to go.
Have you got any idea how much it's going to cost you in total?
Just a rough guess, talking 10,000, that's just the things you can think of, let alone all the insignificant things that need replacement have gone.
Local Government Minister Baroness Williams of Trafford was in Salford to see the relief effort firsthand. She defended the government's response to the floods, but also announced extra funding desperately needed for families who've lost everything.
Well, the government responded immediately. Boxing Day, I was in touch with the Mayor of Salford in terms of getting initial tranches of money out to the local authorities. I think they were in the council's bank accounts by the 29th of December. So the 500 is initial hardship fund, but then there'll be a £5,000 fund. That will be available very, very soon. So it's almost like the next phase of this whole process.
Some 90% of the households who were hit didn't have any kind of insurance. So is there any way that the government can get involved to set up a scheme for poorer people who perhaps don't have that insurance to back them up in emergencies like this?
Well, there's certainly a scheme that we are going to be introducing from April called the Flood Re-scheme, because people who've been flooded will find it A, incredibly difficult to get insurance, and B, even if they can afford it, it'll be incredibly expensive if you've had an incident like that. So the Flood Re-scheme should be online by April, and in addition we want to really press home to people how important it is to have insurance if they can afford it.
Until then, Salford Online's flood recovery appeal remains open, along with the massive and ongoing volunteer effort to restore some kind of normality to struggling families in Salford.